It's the Profly High.
Hi guys, and welcome to the show Marat, and today we're looking at the Hoka Mach 4. So what we're looking at with this guy is it's that mid-range shoe. Originally the Mach would have came out as a racer in their range. It predates the Carbon X range. So you have the Carbon X and the Rocket, which came with the carbon plates and the Profly foam, which is becoming more and more prevalent in the Hoka range. So the original Mach, I would have had a pair of the original Machs, and they were advertised as a racing shoe with a bit of stability in the Hoka range. Even for like as a racer, I wouldn't have viewed it as a racer, even as a tempo shoe. Um, it had a real feel of like just a block of foam under your foot. I had a size 9 and I couldn't run any more than 4 or 5 miles in it without it burning my arch on my right foot. I talked about that before in other Hoka reviews about the width of the Hoka range. They're a narrow fit shoe. So what we're looking at here basically is a mimic of the Carbon X2, okay? So both the Carbon X2 and the Mach 4 have that rubberized outsole that give you really good grip, but will be very durable at the same time as well. They're quite similar, and you can see in the heel then as well, both of them have that that little kind of horse's hoof kind of shape in the heel cup on the sole. Now, what I was told previously, that the reason for the design was that when you land, it evens out the distribution of the contact with the ground. And for me personally, I'm more of a midfoot striker. I'm not a heel striker, so I don't really notice anything with that, to be honest with you. It's the toe off. In both shoes, you'll see the toe off, that nice roll off the toe. I really noticed that in the Hoka shoes, that smooth toe off. The next main comparison really is the Profly midsole. So you had the Profly midsole in both shoes, Profly through the center of the Carbon X2. But the Profly as a material is extremely bouncy and responsive. So you get that really nice cushion feel, but that really energetic toe off. So when I took these out for my first run them today, I ran about 10k and I tipped along 7:30 pace, thereabouts, easily. And you could feel in the shoe it was encouraging me off my midfoot, off my toe. Shoe was like wanting me to run faster and faster, like, and it was a very enjoyable run. The feel of the Profly material is really nice. I actually prefer the feel of this guy than the Carbon X2. When I come through off the ball of my foot in the Carbon X2, I can feel the carbon plate in the shoe. It's not a negative feeling, but just that smoother feel in this guy I preferred. Just let the Profly give you the energy return, and that was a much nicer sensation for me in the run. Okay. So weight wise, it's 234 grams, which is nice and light, especially for a shoe that gives you so much cushion and comfort. As you can see in the heel cup here, plenty of cushion and comfort built into it here, and in the upper inside here, it's a nice comfortable shoe. What I would say though is when I put it on first, it was quite snug fitting in the midfoot, around the top here. I could really feel it locking down. I thought maybe it was a bit too snug, but when I went for the run, I didn't really notice anything at all. Same thing again with the sizing. I wear a size 9 in most brands. That's a 9 UK. But I went for the 9.5 in this guy again, because I went for the 9.5 in the Carbon X2, and I went for the 9.5 in the Arahi 5, and went for 9.5. This guy, perfect again. And funnily enough, I could nearly, like mad, I could nearly get away with a 10 in this. I'm really interested to see how it works on those longer runs, maybe doing trying to do marathon pace or marathon effort runs. That's what I'm excited for this shoe about, because it gives you a lot of cushion and comfort, but that energetic responsiveness at the same time. So if you're going out, say, to do maybe a 15-16 mile run, you want to do maybe 8 or 9 miles in the middle at marathon pace, like, I think this shoe would be really nice for that. Um, I'd even race in this guy. Now, the last couple of races I did this time last year would have been in the New Balance Beacon V2, and I would find these quite similar in how they kind of feel and work. The main difference would be that more of a platform feel of the Hoka. I reckon this guy is going to give you a lot more stability than the Beacon would. So we'll do a stability test on this guy as well, and we'll stick that up over the next couple of days. But for €140, I think the mileage will be in it with the rubberized outsole. The Profly is a pretty durable material. It seems to last pretty well. So I think you're going to get your money's worth out of the Mach 4. You're going to get your miles out of it. Something I've noticed recently online is people, because Hokas are becoming so much more popular, an awful lot of people complaining that the soles are deteriorating on their shoes, heels coming apart, and what have you. Now, what I'll say to people, you need to be aware that when you buy Hoka shoes, because they are so light and cushioned, you are giving up a small bit of durability in the shoes. Now, because I'm a mid-foot striker, I land mostly on this part of the shoe here. I don't tend to land as much here. I don't get much wear on this part of the shoe. It's more here that I get the wear. Now, if you're a heavy heel striker, from my experience, you will go through the Hoka shoe quicker than some other shoes. So just be aware of that. If you are a heel striker, like, the shoes are designed primarily for you to be heel to toe. So that's one good aspect, but be aware if you're heavy on your heel that you will wear through them quicker because of that lightness and that cushion in the shoe, okay? So that's the Hoka Mach 4 with your 5mm drop, and 234 grams and €140. There you go, guys.
So Profly high.